Hey guys, Broheen here with another 50 Warrior video. We're going to start taking a look into tanking. So my gear is a little bit different now. As far as tank goes, you don't see me with two weapons that are glowing anymore. Let's see, I can't get them to show. Okay, so you're going to want to have a shield for sure. And you're going to want to have lots of endurance. So I just, more or less, I went on the auction house and bought gear at 50 because, you know, I have a little bit of extra plat, you know, what I have down here. However, most of that's going to be going away because of the 1,000 plat giveaway. I did farm a little more for that, but again, I'll mention next week sometime I will be releasing the video for the 1,000 plat giveaway. So, anyways, on that note, most of my gear is all gear for, well, I shouldn't say most of it, but it's all upgraded with higher endurance. It's all, for the most part, endurance based. I don't have a lot of stuff with block yet, just because the things that had block were less good, they weren't as good as the stuff I could actually buy, and the regular DPS gear I could buy actually beat out the endurance on some of the tank gear that I had acquired. Only thing I need is one more level, and then I can upgrade this godforsaken cape. So it doesn't even have a level on it, Christ. So can't wait for that. Upgrade your essences, make them all endurance based as much as you can. Endurance, if not endurance, then strength. This happens to be the ones that I found. Most of them are strength based, but they were all huge upgrades for me. And then I bought the vitality seal for extra endurance. So as far as gear goes, you want stuff with block, parry, maybe dodge. However, I heard that was only for rogue. I'm not 100% sure, but anything with any of those three on it, plus high endurance. Dexterity might be okay because that may increase your ability to parry and dodge. Again, I'm not sure. I'm still kind of new to the whole tanking thing, but I'm just kind of learning as I go here and showing off the specs that I've started with, and you know, in the beginning, which you've seen me Paladin tank, you've seen me Void Knight tank, but those were all at lower levels. So these I'm not gonna have any gameplay with, because you know, tanking is tanking. You can watch any video on how to tank. Even my previous videos with this character, you can watch them on, you know, how, you know, the basics of tanking and what you have to do to be a tank. But more or less, this video is for rotation purposes only, and you know, updated abilities that I got since I was level 35 or whatever level I was. I can't remember when I made the tanking video. So buffs for Paladin. Well, actually, I should go through the spec first. 51 Paladin, 15 Warlord. 5 in a good defense, 5 in Stalwart Shield, 1 in Shield of the Hero, 3 in Aggressive Guardian, 5 in Vengeful Wrath, 3 in Steady Aggression, 2 in Martial Shield, 5 in Enduring, 1 in Face Slam, 3 in Pacification, 1 in Touch of Life, 3 in Balance of Power, 2 in Frontline Training, 2 in Invigoration, 2 in Divine Grace, 1 in Shield of the Vengeful, 1 in Unyielding Defense, 1 in Brutal Response, 2 in Light's Favor, 1 in Light's Protection, 1 in Blessed Aegis, and 1 in Shield Defense. On your Warlord tree, 5 in Trained Defenses, 1 in Backhand, 2 in Tactical Advantage, 5 in Strength of Arms, 2 in Calculating, and I believe that's it. Use Void Knight for the Void buff, and you're done with the soul trees. Let's see, last two videos I failed on opening the macro screen third time. Well, the first 2 times, third time's a charm. Got it first try, rehearsed that shit this time. So, Pally, 3 of them, 3 macros. First one, show Light's Decree, suppress macro failures, cast Sweeping Strike, cast Light's Decree, cast Light's Reprisal, cast Light's Vengeance, cast Retaliation, cast Backhand, and cast Pacifying Strike. I do have a taunt macro. One is an AoE taunt, the other one is single target. So I show a Judgment, suppress macro failures, cast Judgment, cast Interfere. Now the healing one, I do show Light's Bomb, suppress macro failures, cast Light's Blessing, cast Light's Bomb. your Light's Blessing obviously has a cooldown on it, and then Light's Bomb it has a cooldown as well, but not as long. So the buffs we're gonna use: Shield of the Vengeful, Void, Shield of the Chosen. I keep Shield of the Hero over here in case you know, Shield of the Vengeful increases damage, and that's the way warriors tank, is by out DPSing, or by doing a lot of DPS. I shouldn't say out DPSing because they never out DPS the DPSers, but by doing lots of damage is how the warrior mechanic works for tanking. So I choose to do the increased damage by 25%, and honestly right now I ran a level 50 dungeon with this, and I out DPS'd 3 of the other people. And 2 of those other people were DPSers, 1 was the healer. So you still do tons and tons of DPS in this spec. So it's good for if you want to get through dungeons quick and you have other people lacking in DPS, but it doesn't have as good of taunting and ability to keep aggro as what Void Knight does. So 2 more buffs you should be able to use. Honestly, you can use both of these at this. Nope, I only have it spec'd for 1. So I use Defensive Posture for increasing armor resistances, and then increasing endurance. The endurance is key, but if you're having a big issue, you can also spec it into having your builders heal you for 8% of your attack power. So I guess, you know, which is your bigger evil? Do you want to have heals and lower health? Or do you want more armor resistances and endurance? I choose Defensive Posture. So on my my hotkeys here, you have a couple more cooldowns than we had at the level 30-ish range. Touch of Life is a restore full health. No ifs, ands, or buts, no global cooldown. Use it anytime you want. Life's Rapture is a damage reducer, and it restores health equal to 100% of the warrior's maximum health over 6 seconds on up to 10 party or raid members. The warrior heals his value instantly, so it's almost a full heal. Actually, it is a full heal, just over time for everybody else, and for yourself, it's a full heal. Light's Protection is just a cooldown buff for over 12 seconds. Heals that you receive are increased. But it doesn't affect Touch of Life or Life's Rapture. Shield Defense is your last cooldown that you want to use, just because it's a 35% damage reducer for 10 seconds, but it doesn't heal you at all. So a lot of times we'll use Shield Defense in combo with Light's Protection and just cast them both at one time, so that way you take less damage, your survivability shoots through the roof, and then your healer can also gain your health back up and you know, get you back up to full health safely without you dying in the process. There is a combo or attack point protection spell here, which is just a 685 damage shield. Not very impressive in my opinion, especially for a 30-second cooldown. Not my biggest fan. So the rotation goes nearly the same. You more or less use your main spam. Make sure you keep aggressive block up at all times to increase your block and increase attacks done that must follow a block. Remember, this spec is a lot like Warlord, where every time you block, you get like 4 or 5 procs come up on the screen that are not on global cooldown. So that's where most of your damage comes in, is from those procs and being casted at the same time as one of the other abilities that are in your macro. I keep my finisher right next to the main spam, have a charge, have an interrupt, and my heals down here, my taunts down here, and then a pull. So in addition to having the taunts, you can just pull an enemy at you. Excuse me. You can pull an enemy at you, and it forces the enemy to attack you anyway. So it's basically a long-range taunt that pulls the enemy at you. So I'll give a quick rundown of how it's going to work, but you will not see the procs here because the practice dummies are not going to hit me. So more or less, you can charge up, start attacking, hit your finisher, make sure aggressive block is on. I probably should have did that first, but again, not the point, as this is not for damage. So as long as you're just maintaining your aggressive block up here every 20 seconds or so, I believe is what it is, every 21 seconds, you're golden. And as long as you have your shield on, you get that extra block, you get tons of extra armor, and you're pretty much all set at this point. So that's the rotation. And make sure you're watching your health. You got all your cooldowns up here, along with a break free. That's it. Spam finisher, spam finisher, spam finisher, aggressive block, the occasional taunt or pull, the occasional charge, and interrupts a must on a lot of bosses. So if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel for the ones that are watching, because again, we're having a 1,000 plat giveaway next week. And you know, if you guys like the video, hit the like button, and hopefully you guys can learn how to tank here and you know, enjoy tanking, because God knows we need more of them in the Rift world. So, alright, thanks again for watching, and don't have too much fun tanking. Thanks.